pure domination for Cloud9, who always looked like they were going to win their choice of overpass. I think at this point we may need to put a missing team report out there because VP have not been seen for the last 3 months. This is starting to get a bit out of control.
It is. It's been very lackluster for them as of lately. And coming into this tournament, you hope that break would kind of refill them, right? It would give them some confidence. It would give them the much needed break in order to regroup and come in strong for this one. But so far, as you said, it's been lackluster. It's been 2 maps of poor Counter-Strike, and it seems to me like it's a very one-dimensional team right now. They play their own style, and if that doesn't work, then they just completely fall apart. Not good enough if you're Virtus.pro, so hopefully we can see them turn it around now and make this game competitive.
Well, Dust 2 is an AWP's paradise, and so far James had a bit of a stinker, let's be honest. In the 2 maps, he's not had much impact, so I'm hoping for his perspective, for VP's point of view, that he can have a map to remember here to get them back in this, to get them motivated, to get them pumped up, and to maybe take this series. But then at the same time, you think, what's around the corner? If they do win this, it's Vertigo as a 3rd map.
Yeah, that should be very interesting if we're lucky enough to go in there now. As you said, we'll have to see if James can find some impact with the AWP on a map like Dust 2. It's one of the few maps that allows him to play defensively with it. You don't have to be aggressive with the AWP in order to have an impact. So the map layout speaks into his favor, but before we get there, we need to see who wins the pistol round. If you're a Virtus.pro fan, you'd like them to win that one, get an AWP in the hands of James as soon as possible, so hopefully he can regain the confidence and find some impact with it now. Whereas for Cloud9, we saw them in the pistol rounds on overpass. They were doing well, they were winning the duels. They're playing aggressively with it as well. JT, he's looking for a fight down the middle. He's not scared at all. Adrian taken down to 67 HP. James will down to 22. It's been a decent amount of damage done already. JT with a few flashes. It seems like they're ready for this B split. 3 guys up towards it now. Buster pushes in.
He's going straight for the jugular as well. VP looking to try and switch up the pace, but it's been run into the blockade that is OC and his USP.
Oh.
3 kills, nearly a 4th, but he tagged down Adren low enough and only took 1 bullet to finish him off. Kicker now P250. Does have the opportunity to strike maybe twice, but they're moving targets. And it is going to be Cloud9 again in the driver's seat.
What a round by OC again. I think we highlighted it in the first map as well. It's not only the game plan, it's not only the team structure right now that is a little bit lackluster in terms of the Virtus.pro camp. It's also the fact that they're playing a team right now who, individually speaking, connects more bullets. Simple as it is, right? Cloud9 right now, individually speaking, seems to me like they are the better players. They are winning the duels, they are winning the pistol rounds. And every time it gets into a 2 versus 2, 3 versus 3, you have the feeling that there's someone from Cloud9, and it could be any of the players at this point, who's just gonna step up and get that much needed double kill. This time around, it was OC with a triple kill, really doing good damage as well in the 4th guy. So beautiful stuff by Cloud9, and you gotta give them a credit, you gotta give them a compliment for playing Counter-Strike at such a high level right now. Whereas for Virtus.pro, another round where they basically lost it before it began. It's just gonna be Glocks. I think there's a single P250 in James, but that's it. It's gonna be fracking paradise for Sonic in a second, isn't it?
You'd feel this is just going to be another massacre, really. 1 player jumping out as a Dren to try and draw some fire away, but on Goose, MOTM is going to cook VP where they stand. They do get a kill, but that's the only slight silver lining. Everything else going the way of Cloud9.
This is it. We'll have to see what kind of approach Virtus.pro is taking to this T side. Again, if we talk Dust 2, we talk it's a momentum map. We talk it's a map where if you're on the T side, you're the one controlling the pace. You decide whether you want to play fast, whether you want to play slow. The CTs can only do that much in terms of being aggressive without getting punished. So you're in full control on the T side. So I would love to see Virtus.pro pull out some aggression. I would love to see them come out and actually have a game plan that is suited for Cloud9 in the way they're playing. Short control is going to be taken relatively fast. I like that. Sonic, he's going to watch it though from a very unorthodox position. Maybe that could be a kill for Kickert here. Sonic, he's still fighting it. He's willing to take the duel. Actually pushing up with a teammate now. That's going to be MOTM. I don't think he spotted him. This could be very, very dangerous for Virtus.pro, but they're not acting on it. They're just taking the control. They're happy with the setup right now. Again, you know, look at the map space, right? It's Dust 2, it's the one map in the entire map pool where if you're a terrorist, you can basically gain control over short with just a single flash and a single smoke. Virtus.pro, they have no map control. They don't have long, they don't have mid control, and they don't have catwalk. How are you going to win this round?
I suppose the only saving grace is that Cloud9 aren't entirely sure if anyone's up long, so they at least have to hold a couple players over on A. So this could thin out the B side for C9. Floppy, though, in the alcove, waiting, anticipating the push, but Kicker is too fast on the trigger. OC does miss a fair few bullets. You can see from his perspective, he was disappointed with that outcome. He had a chance to be a hero. As it stands, MOTM and Sonic likely will just save. We discussed before about how rough B is to retake with so many close-knit angles. Doesn't offer you much room for maneuverability on the retake, so Cloud9 just going to save what they have, and VP will get on the board earlier this time than they did on Overpass, at least.
Yeah, that's good. It's a good sign for VP. They're winning the duels, making sure that B bomb side is vulnerable, and that could play into the rotations in the following rounds. Maybe Cloud9 thinks to themselves, okay, we need to have more manpower towards the B bomb side, or at least we need to be in better positions and be more aware that that is a possibility, and that could mean that, for an example, you can't do the short push, you can't control long as you want to. So it's always this chess game going on, you know, where do you apply pressure and how is the opponent going to react to it? At the end of the day, Virtus.pro, they get around, and that's a much needed round. It'll be nice to see them win 2 in a row now, you know. Cloud9, they're going to buy into this round. They save 2 guns. They still have a decent amount of economy behind that, so they can at least drop 1 each and have 4 M4s in play, I believe. Unless they opt to save for this one. I don't think they will, though. It's going to be dropped. There we go. Cloud9 investing pretty much everything into this round as well. This is it, though. If Virtus.pro can connect another round, that'd be great. That'd be very great.
For everybody other than Cloud9's accountant, who's going to be feeling a bit sad if they do. However, they didn't fully invest with MOTM, Floppy, and OC.
It's a bit of a weird buy, isn't it?
Yeah, more of a hybrid buy.
Yeah.
They have enough firepower to make this a real nuisance for VP, but I suppose if they did concede the round, hence their stack, they can go back and save and actually come back again in the next one. So they're just going to leave Floppy by himself, and if they can come out on short and take early control, we saw them posturing for this last round. It would be dangerous to take his Ren 1 by 1, but it's JT's USP out of all the weapons that actually gets the final headshot in. Kicker, though, is going to pull them back with his early kill, and now Floppy is going to be tested, but he checks the wrong angle. Buster's given his life away for free. VP in turmoil again.
This is, again, starting to look real grim. I love the play from Cloud9. They're being so assertive. They have our game plan, and they execute it. They're playing together. They have the trade fight potential. Floppy is aware there is a possibility the guys are going to walk out B on him, and he's ready and waiting for it. A second kill for him. And at this point, Sanji would have to make a miracle in order to win it. He's getting the first one on MOTM, finding the second one on OC as well. Still on 100 HP, got armor, got a Molotov. Bomb is down in the B tunnels. Pretty sure Cloud9 is aware of that, but Floppy with an SG here, that's such a strong position.
Yeah, and the time's low as well, Pim, so he has to move. He knows he's pressured. He knows he has to come straight into the site. That Molly will force out the player into the open, but Floppy with 3 kills. And that hybrid buy has paid out in spades. VP on the back foot one more time.
But that's Counter-Strike 101 for you right there. It is a hybrid buy. It's not a fully equipped buy coming into this round, so you can play it as a default round, and Cloud9 doesn't do that. They push up 3 guys towards Catwalk. They make a nice play on James, puts him down, again making sure he doesn't have an impact. He's hitting at 0 and 3 right now. His ADR is 3. 3 Vince.
Yikes.
He hasn't done any damage at all in this map so far in the first 4 rounds. That's not the way we like to see James. We like to see him with a lot of impact, and we know he can do that, but it's been a lackluster tournament for him so far, and that's directly reflecting in the performance of Virtus.pro so far. 3-1 for Cloud9. Again, Virtus.pro decided to play a slow round, and they're opting to go for this B pump side. Hopefully they can repeat the success of last time. OC in a good position with the AWP, though. He should be ready for this. Also has a teammate close up the boxes. It's going to be rough for Virtus.pro.
You can take a shot and dip away to 2 for 1. Goes back in for another. Just another slaughter, and look where the bombs dropped. It couldn't really get much worse for VP. He's going to miss his shot, but there is the second player you highlighted, MOTM. Janitorial duties just sweeps away Adren. And now Jamie's missed a shot you expect him to land. It's a clean sweep. This is... I'm just deflated watching VP right now, man.
Me too. Me too. I'm not sure what it is. You know, it's just, again, I said it a few times, and at the risk of repeating myself as we see OC just manhandling these guys, it seems a bit too one-dimensional for me. It's like they're not able to change up the pace. They're not able to to play on more strings, sort of, in the game. They just play their own play style. They have that one game plan coming into it, and as soon as that doesn't work, it just falls apart for them. That's not good enough if you're Virtus.pro. You gotta be able to do better when you're getting pressured. Jame as well. I hate the fact that we are being so hard on him, but I guess it's only fair when he is a player that you'd expect that maybe he's a top 20 player in the entire world when he's in form. You know, maybe he's a player that could be in that HLTV list, you know, of one of the players we'll have to talk about at the end of the year. But so far in 2020, it hasn't been the same Jame we saw last year, and that's it's not a great sign for Virtus.pro, because he is a big and very impactful player for this lineup. He needs to step it up. The only player I've been impressed so far is Buster. He's been doing a good job, but that's it.
Completely agree with that assessment, really. Sonic is going to be picking up the first. Floppy at range. Has been tagged down to 31, but is SG in prime position to deal more pain and suffering to VP. So they are going to back away. Smoke also deployed in their eyes.
It was a nice little detail, right? Floppy was sitting behind the box. He didn't peek out before the flash came in. He peeked out, spotted them, then called for a flash from his teammate. As soon as that popped, he peeked up, got the kill in the scout. Cloud9, they're just displaying some great Counter-Strike right now. It's the small details, sure, and everyone can do it, but you don't see a lot of pro teams do it that consistently. So it's good to see Cloud9 picking that aspect up of the game as well. Sonic with a kill, OC as well with the AWP, and now it's all left to Sanji. A Deagle and a Dream. It's going to be a short one, though. And there we go. Sonic takes him down 5-1 for Cloud9.
And it just highlights the point that you raised on Overpass, that with Cloud9 right now, any of these guys could be fragging out. You know, even if they lose a player at the start of the round, you still believe that, you know, MOTM, Floppy, somebody like this is going to stand tall and still deliver some kills. Sonic, 8-0, doing South Africa proud right now. Straight up beasting VP. So much impact with these dual AWPs, as OC is going to go aggressively and takes out Jame. Another start to the round where VP have capitulated, and it's that main man that's gone down with not really much in retaliation. They have had a quick peek into tunnels. They've seen Adren there, but Adren's able to keep his life for the time being.
Another round where the plan for Virtus.pro is just to start out in a default, and that's fine, but if you want to play default 15 rounds in a row on Dust 2, you better make sure that your default is strong. I believe Glaive once said, the in-game leader from Astralis, that Dust 2 is a map where you can just default 15 rounds in a row as long as you have some variations to it, and as long as you make sure that your default is strong enough to stand the test of any aggression coming out from the CTs. So far it hasn't been the case. JT is in a good position, almost connecting the second kill as well, putting down Kickert to 28 HP. Sonic is there with the backup straight away, connecting the shot on Kickert, falling back, playing smart, wants to go in for the repeat, gets a flash from his teammate, almost connected as well, but now he knows long is clear again. Virtus.pro haven't established any presence anywhere on the map. There's 38 seconds left, and they're down 2 men against 4. This is falling apart completely. Now Floppy, though, getting a bit ahead of himself. That's a big mistake, gifting up this B-bomb site. There was no reason to do that whatsoever. This could be the opening for Virtus.pro. Big mistake.
Yeah, this is where overconfidence could maybe start to catch up with you. If you C9, you're doing a great job, but don't overextend. VP are sleeping giants. And if you do wake them, things could get a bit messy. That being said, 10 seconds left. Buster making a move over onto A. He's going to plant short side. Sonic can't stop the plant. Adren laid in wait. There's one looking to try and double up. He'll be successful in those endeavors. And now Sonic is going to have to try and clutch out this 1v2 if he wants to hold on to that 0 death tally. Player in the smoke has no idea as to Buster's current position, and now he's about to find out as he gets executed. You can see his disappointment, but still Cloud9 5-2 in the lead.
Yeah, that was a little gift from Cloud9 right there. Floppy pushing in tunnels right here in a 4 versus 2. There was absolutely no reason to do that whatsoever. He allowed Adrian to get this triple kill and win them the round. Great from Adrian. He's taking fully advantage of the mistake, but those are mistakes you cannot make, as you said, against a team like Virtus.pro. We have been disappointed. We know they're not playing up to the real level right now, but if you wake them up and if you give them the confidence that they can find their way back into this game, there may be a chance. So Cloud9, you gotta eliminate those small mistakes, and I'm sure Floppy is aware. So it's not a biggie. It happens once in a while. Maybe it was miscommunication, a misread. Could be a teammate who told him to do it. You never know whose mistake it is, but at the end of the day, it costed them the round.
Aggression again, Floppy not slowing down. There's one, nearly gets a second. He dinks Adren. beautiful flick across with a spray transfer. Damage has been done, and they force away the T's from tunnels.
Isn't that crazy that he gets that ding on Adrian? That was absolutely insane from Floppy. He was not even supposed to get the 1 kill. There were 2 guys waiting for him to push in, got away with a kill, and got away with Adrian on 11 HP. Making up for that mistake before, surely. Another 4 versus 4, another slow round from Virtus.pro. It seems like they just don't have an answer for it, right? They're hoping that this is enough. It's not like they're actively or proactively trying to do anything about the result or the outcome of this game. They're just hoping that what they planned for this one is going to be enough.
Sonic's got his information. Molotov tossed into Catwalk. Gonna be double mollied, actually, as OC tags and then burns Kickert. And JT takes the initiative down into tunnels. It's Cloud9 that are making all the plays. James, though, at range, gonna get his first kill of the map in round 8. Summarizes how rough it's been for him, but maybe he can be the linchpin. Maybe he can get his team back into this. It's looking good for a 3rd round. JT assumes this is B site, and that would be the correct decision with 7 seconds to go. But he is going to go for a rotation, and this might actually catch him off. Does he realize this is B? I think he has.
He realized just now, yeah. James solo defending this B bomb side. If he wins this duel, it's more than winnable. He's not aware where he is, though. Still a guy down in CT spawn. Not sure that's a good position to be in, Adrian, unless you hit the shot, which he does. Had that been a miss, and had James gone down, you would have to see Adrian retake the B bomb side with an AWP against JT. That would have been round over. So even though I was looking a little bit scary, it's good to see Virtus.pro. They're starting to win the rounds now. They're starting to win out these small clutches, and they're starting to take an advantage of the Cloud9 mistakes, and that's exactly what you need to see. Cloud9 forced into an eco now. 4 USPs, a single other pistol, and a few grenades, and they've already been wasted towards long. No success with that. This time around, though, it actually paid off that Virtus.pro is playing this very slow and methodical default. Yeah, Cloud9, that mistake from Floppy 2 rounds ago, I can't help to refer back to it. That's what kickstarted all of this for Virtus.pro, right? That's gonna sting a little bit as a player. You can't think about it if you're having the same mindset as I'm having commentating this game right now. You're gonna be in the dark for quite some rounds. So Floppy hopefully have forgotten all about it, but for our entertainment's sake, as long as you guys are aware that was what's kickstarted this entire comeback from Virtus.pro. It hasn't been looking good since for Cloud9. So hopefully they're going to be able to regain some confidence. Oh. There we go. Adrian just tapping away with the SG. There we go. Beautiful. 4 kills from him, and that's it, right? He's starting to get warmed up. We knew him to be a player 2 years ago that was considered one of the very best riflers in the world. So that's the guy you don't want to give confidence.
Certainly not. And he has had a bit of a rough tournament as well. So you're just seeing a bit of confidence starting to ooze through. That is some beautiful aim. Just tap, tap, tap. 4 kills to his name. Yes, he's against Speed Code up. Cloud9, but take nothing away from that mechanical skill. So 4 to 5. Aggression from his short, and again, it's going to pay out for Cloud9. It was looking like a Dren's crosshair placement was spot on, and then a wall bang to the head of Kickert out of nowhere. Floppy aggression from behind. I love this game style from Cloud9, and it's been working so well against VP. It seems to be their direct counter. Sanji stuck in the smoke, flashbang comes through. MOTM pummels Jane, being eroded out of the round. Only joined by Buster, and he's about to be charged down by Floppy. If he knew nothing about Counter-Strike, you think the roles reversed. You think the CTs were the team that had to plan. The way they're playing so aggressive, it's unreal.
It's a great point, and look at that. That's a clean route from Cloud9. Not a single guy goes down. I think in total 50, maybe 60 HP was lost on the side of the Cloud9 guys, and that's it. That's it. Virtus.pro couldn't get anything done in this one. I love the aggression coming out from MOTM here. I love the plan with it as well. You know, it's the entire team that rattles up around it. It's the entire team that is aware that this is going to happen, and this is how we're going to react to it, regardless of whether MOTM wins the duel or not. Virtus.pro with the first tactical timeout into the game. It's fair enough it comes this late. They were starting to string some rounds together, so maybe they did start to get a feel for it, but it's the buy rounds, right? It's the struggle in the fully equipped rounds where it just seems like Cloud9 has a much better idea of how to approach the game than Virtus.pro. It's been lackluster, Vince. It's been very lackluster, and still we're looking at a score of 6-4. It's still a somewhat competitive game.
And we go back to that mistake and the misread from Floppy or whoever called it.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily as if VP took a stranglehold over this game and made the round theirs.
No,
it was mainly off a mistake.
Yeah, it was not them being proactive with it, right?
Yeah.
It was down to the mistakes from Cloud9, and that's what gives me the feeling that this comeback is still going to be incredible hard for Virtus.pro. I don't see any signs, I don't see any signals right now that tells me that this could be a Virtus.pro that is starting to find their form or finding their stride, so to speak. But Counter-Strike is a beautiful game. It only takes a few rounds, a little bit of confidence, and all of a sudden, you're flying on a high. So I wouldn't rule them out just yet, but Cloud9 is doing one hell of a job making sure that it's not looking likely to happen.
Smoke out onto B. It's going to skew with OC's vision, especially with the flashbang. Maybe trying to draw some grenades out, get a bit of intel as to what's over on the B side. From our perspective, can see there's 2 players strong. OC joined by Floppy. Middle, by and large, has been given up from Cloud9. They do have Sonic, though, that is playing at the backside of A that can look and peer down through CT spawn. They do have all of their angles covered. A bit of aggression, but MOTM gets tagged off the Molotov, and that's going to give him the hand in the face to get the hell out of there. If there was a player on short, that would have been a gimme. OC, again called upon maybe to try and thwart this push. There is a smoke down, and the T's are looking to push behind it, flashing, pre-firing all of the angles, but OC comes out ahead, and now it's Floppy's moment to shine. As soon as these T's start to funnel away out onto the site, it should be a massacre. The bomb's been dropped, 12 seconds to go. They have to go back in again, and now OC is going to continue to hold the line by his lonesome. If he can pick up this kill, that's the round done! And it's a beautiful flick to James. There's not enough time. Cloud9 reigning supreme one more time.
How is he still alive, Vince? How did he get away with that? That was a beautiful last shot by OC, but my God, Virtus.pro, they are dropping the ball right now. How are you allowing OC to stay alive for this long on the A-bomb side, even in a situation like this? Look at that flick as well. That's some confidence coming out from the all-play of Cloud9. I'm well aware that Virtus.pro right now, they're knowing they're dropping the ball, right? That was a round they should have won, especially after turning it around. It wasn't looking likely in the beginning of that B hit, but somehow they won the duels all over the map. And then OC just said, nope, not having it. And as you said, you referred to it earlier as well, doesn't matter whether it's OC, MOTM, Floppy, or Sonic, JT for that matter as well. Every single player from Cloud9 is having an impact in this game. And I like to think of it this way. If you're looking at the Cloud9 roster, and if you don't watch too much Counter-Strike, if you're not really into the statistics and all that kind of stuff, you wouldn't be able to see who's supposed to be the weak link of that team. Same thing when you're watching Astralis. Who is the weak link of Astralis? You wouldn't be able to, with the blue eye, to tell that. Maybe because there is no weak link in the best team of the world, right? But it's the same sentiment, it's the same feeling you get watching Cloud9. Every single player can step it up at any given time, and that's such a strong effort and such a strong attribute to have to your team.
Whereas on the reverse side for VP, we've seen glimpses from Buster, we've seen glimpses from Adren, but by and large, it seems like there's no strong links on that team.
And that's weird, right? It's very weird.
Thought.
James, a player that many considered throughout 2019 to be at least a top 5 AWPer, right? At the very least, maybe even top 3 at certain points. He was so strong, he was so annoying to play against. He was constantly punishing you for your mistakes, waiting for you every single time you ran around a corner. You were afraid that James was just waiting with the AWP. This tournament so far, 2020 so far, it hasn't been the same James, and it's directly reflecting into the performance of Virtus.pro right now. Not to forget that they're a relatively new team under the banner of Virtus.pro, and I'm sure they would have liked to get off to a better start than this, but game, of course, not over. They're not out of the tournament just yet, but not to mislead you guys at home. If they lose this map, then Cloud9 progresses, and Virtus.pro is being sent home in a last place at the very first tournament of 2020. I don't think anyone would have expected that outcome.
Absolutely not, and the statistics are pretty grim as well. 16 rounds so far in 3 maps.
Yeah.
Expecting that to improve, but if they were to be knocked out, they would not have won a single map here at Leipzig.
Not even be close as of right now, right? We don't know how Dust2 is going to pan out, but as said, I don't see many signs that this is going to change. We'll see, though. OC in a bit of an open position. He could get caught off guard, but he finds the right timing, and I think there may be some technical issues. It doesn't seem like the players are playing out this round as it's supposed to be, so we could be looking at a pause soon. Gives us more time to talk about what's happening with Virtus.pro.
Or what isn't happening, I suppose, depending on which way you look at it. Again, though, Cloud9 really do deserve all the plaudits.
They do. They really do. I think Cloud9 is, as said yesterday, it was Renegades forcing Cloud9 to play a bad game of Counter-Strike yesterday. It was Renegades, it was Dexter, the constant aggression. Cloud9 didn't know how to deal with it. We saw that on Overpass yesterday, and that's why they lost that game. Whereas today, they're taking the matters into their own hands, right? It's them being proactive, it's them being aggressive, it's them changing up the pace. Then we're playing back, then we're playing aggressive, then we're playing some mid-aggression sometimes as well. It's like they have all these different attributes to their lineup, all these different visions for each round they go into. And even when they're on a semi-buy or a force buy or something like that, they also have a plan for that. So it just feels like a team that is very well structured and has a plan for pretty much anything they're facing.
Yeah, and I said to you yesterday as well when we were watching the pre-game interviews, I believe it was MOTM that came out and everyone else up until that point said, oh look, we're taking this chill, there's not much pressure on us, we're kind of the underdogs, and Cloud9 were like, no, we're here to win. We want to win this entire thing. And you're seeing that confidence oozing through in their play style. Here on CT side of Dust 2, they played so aggressive through long, short, tunnels. They're not afraid to fight. They're not showing VP any kind of respect. And this is a team that not that long ago was at the major finals. It's madness.
It is madness. And it is madness to think about that you're right when you're saying that Cloud9 is the one team we heard so far that are publicly saying we're here to win.
Yeah.
When you think about it, Cloud9 should probably be ranked 5th, 6th, maybe even 7th, you know, in terms of the field of teams right here. That's where your expectations would be. But as of late, they've just been playing so confidently. They've been playing some great Counter-Strike. We also said this yesterday. They beat MIBR in the qualifier for IEM Katowice, which means MIBR is not going to be there, but that's going to be Cloud9. So it's a team with a lot of confidence, a lot of success right now. And as you said, it's translating straight into the server. It's starting to look better and better for the North American squad. We saw them at Pro League as well, where they defeated G2. It's a nice best-of-3 win, sent them out of the tournament. So the result speaks for themselves. Whereas for Virtus.pro, you said it yourself, they've been in a major final. But ever since, it's been a roller coaster. It's been up, it's been down, and as of late, it's been going more down than up.
Certainly the case. This kicker is looking to try and kick things into gear with that flashbang, but no one's behind him. He is ultimately alone with the rest of the T's occupying tunnels. Not much map control. They don't have that many grenades to play with. 2 smokes and 3 flashbangs. Lack of arsenal of weaponry as well. It's really only Kicker that's got anything here with the SG.
Seems like they're going to try their luck on the B bomb side again. Still 2 guys positioned into this B bomb side. James takes a lot of damage, eventually goes down to Sonic, and now Floppy and his teammate OC ready for this B hit. I'd be surprised if they let this one slip away. They've been strong so far in the game. The push is coming in now. Floppy's in a good position at card to get something done. OC though, hitting the first kill. Floppy goes down and OC with a second one. Despite being in a tough position, he gets 2 kills and still gives them a chance of winning the round. But look at that. Virtus.pro turns it around. A 2 versus 2 now. This is winnable, Vince.
This is very winnable. They've also taken 2 weapons across, but MOTM from tunnels. He's gonna shut things down. Good attempt by VP. I honestly didn't think they'd even get through to the site, let alone a 2v2 post plant.
I agree, and that was only down to the fact that OC once again putting up strong with the AWP on the B bomb side. That second kill is not something you'd expect a player to get all the time. It's something you'd get if you're a good player, but it'll be fairly excused if you were to miss that one. But OC again holding up strong. Floppy didn't get the job done from Car though. He just went down without getting a kill. That was maybe not optimal, but Cloud9 regardless winning the round, putting themselves to 8 in this game, 8-4. And when we talk about Dust 2, when we talk about what side it is, I would say that we see more often a strong T side than we see a strong CT side, despite it being a sort of 50-50 map sometimes. So definitely not a great outcome for Virtus.pro here. And as said, the rounds they've gotten so far, it's been more of the mistakes of Cloud9 and not necessarily them playing well, but doing something proactively to acquire those rounds. Another slow round, another default. My God, I would love to see Virtus.pro take long control, just do something fast, put some pressure to Cloud9. It's simply too readable right now. It's the same thing over and over again. And as long as Cloud9 is not making the mistakes, I don't see how Virtus.pro is going to win this T-side out.
Correct me if I'm wrong here, Pimp, but I believe the only round we saw them push long was the pistol.
Yes, correct.
That's pretty sad to hear when you're in the 13th round and you're 4-8 behind.
It's crazy to think about it. Sometimes you see teams push long 15 out of 15 rounds almost. There we go. MOTM with the aggression towards Catwalk, getting another double kill. James finally shuts him down, but look at that. The aggression and the confidence coming out from Cloud9. Once again, the default is being disturbed by Virtus.pro. They cannot get anything done. Bomb down on Catwalk as well. It's looking grim. It's looking very, very grim.
VP on full tilt after another push that you. And now Sonic is going in with more frags. He's picked up one. He's winged James, blown his elbow clean off. But James is still lumbering his way to the side. He has Kickert as well to play off. Kickert's fallen. James 1 bullet away from death and 10 seconds, and he knows he has to save. As you see him crumple into the back of his seat in realization that, oh no, 9-4 will be the score. And it's not getting any better for VP.
No, it's really not getting any better at all. You're looking at a score that says 9-4. You're looking at the money. They could force into this one, but that's going to be with Pistol and Utility, or it's going to be with Galil's. Maybe have dropped SG, but it's not going to be a strong buy at all. And again, Cloud9 is in a great position to deal with this. That's it though. OC getting the first kill on Kickert, but instantly gets trade fragment from James. A better opening, you take that trade any given day if you're playing the terrorist side on Dust 2. The less members on the CT side, the less room you have for rotations, and the more you can try to play around with it. So a great start for Virtus.pro here, despite going a man down. I'll take that any given day. Again, no long pressure. Again, just the default round. They haven't acquired anything. They don't have catwalk control. They don't take long control. Now James, he's going to try to walk in with the AWP here, see if he can find something. He's going to take a nade straight to the face together with Sanji. That's almost 100 damage done in just one nade, and he also goes down to Sonic. This is just falling apart, Vince. Even though they're trying, even though they have their ideas, Cloud9 has to respond every single time.
I just feel like I've read this script before, you know? Like it's deja vu. Like VP are falling into the same traps over and over and over again. And they only have 2 smokes and a Molotov to really execute with. Sanji is low. They may try and feed him to the wolves on the push, but he does also possess the AWP. Sonic has a good read as to what's coming up. They lost OC, who was their main man. He's playing very well at 16 and 8, but they seem to have just been absolutely fine without his presence. Sonic now going to be peeking back up again. Good counter flashes utilized. Adren tagged, still alive just about, and another flick from Sonic. Going to be flashing straight up into the air, so they can go for more peeks, and it's another kill. And now it's Sanji's turn to try and save, and Cloud9 get to 10 already.
Style points coming out from Sonic right there. That was a beautiful little triple kill with the AWP. Like the flash, like the way he jumps up to the box. And you can see the skill that requires. It's not easy to do, not easy to connect those bullets, but he does it, and he's playing with confidence right now, and that's something that you can say about the entirety of Cloud9 right now. They know they got Virtus.pro exactly where they want them. 10-4 after winning the first map as well, only giving up 4 rounds. It's crazy to think about. This is a team that was in a major final not too long ago, and they're about to be kicked out of the first DreamHack Open tournament in a last place by Cloud9, who was a team that many criticized for Cloud9 picking up. But so far, I think they silenced every critic out there. They're playing some stellar Counter-Strike. They're really doing good work. They qualified for Katowice by beating MIBR, and here we are, looking at them as well, about to take down Virtus.pro in a fashion where it wasn't even close. It hasn't been close thus far. It will require Virtus.pro to fight back, make a comeback into this series, but if this continues, you'd be sitting and you'd be thinking, all right, this was a game that wasn't close at any point.
No, I certainly never had that feeling to it. And again, remember that VP, a team that many would have touted to be favorites to win this entire event and secure their position for the first Masters in summer. If they go out here, their future in terms of that Masters is now a question mark. MOTM out with 2 SG kills, more aggression, more kills, more rounds. Cloud9 on the brink of an 11-4 lead. James and Sanji, the only obstacles that stand in their way. And James, well, he is limping. 4 HP. Sanji full. It's a flick to OC down middle. But it does feel like a drop in the bucket. The bomb's also dropped in a very awkward position, and 25 seconds to play with, and MOTM, no huge surprise that he decides the best defense needs to just run straight at the opposition. JT finalizes the half. 11-4. We'll be back after this short break to see if VP can somehow bring this back. Cloud9 heroes, VP zeros thus far in this best of 3, and zeros more than one way. They've not won a single map, and as Pimp said earlier, none of these maps have even been close that they've played in. 11-4 lead, now moving through onto the T side for Cloud9. This pistol is so vitally important.
It is vital. This is the last chance Virtus.pro packed in this tournament. They haven't done anything so far. James hasn't done anything so far, hasn't been impactful now. He has a chance with the USP, gets pushed away, and this long control coming out fast and slick for Cloud9. They're gonna crush this with 2 perfect smokes. There's gonna be no gaps. They're gonna get this bomb down towards the A bomb side. It's gonna be a retake for Virtus.pro. Question is, are they gonna be successful? Buster with the first kill.
So far, it's looking good for them. Still possess that kit, of course, without any loss to life. There's the boost up from James. And another one from Sanji onto Carl. This is much more like it. JT gonna have to try and hold on with Floppy. And it's a clean sweep retake. There we go, VP, more like it. Maybe this is gonna be the inspiration they needed.
Hopefully. Hopefully it is. That was a beautiful, beautiful pistol round. James did good. Spotted the long, fell back, didn't die. Waited for his teammate, and they had a plan. They boosted. They won the duels, and they basically did everything they haven't done throughout the entire tournament in this one round. So, Virtus.pro, signs of life. Yet given it's only a pistol round, we need to see it in the buy rounds. That's where they really have been struggling. Cloud9 not investing too much into this round. I like that. There's no need to. You have such a big cushion, big pillow to sleep on in terms of 11 rounds against 5. So there's no need to rush it. There's no need to take any unnecessary gambles in terms of the economy. Let Virtus.pro get this one and see if you can just do some damage. Get 1 or 2 kills, and that'll be enough for you to call it a success. With deagles, you never know. There's always a chance, Vince. I'm sure you had a deagle in your hand. Playing the silver games that you do.
I've been playing with some people with the R8 lately. I'm not even sure what to make of life at this stage. Sanji, though, onto OC. James also going to come through. There we go. There's the deagle and the power. They don't necessarily have to win the round playing for the longer game if they can just take some weapons away and hurt the economy of the C teams. That could be good enough, but Sonic is put down James. So that's going to hurt James' AWP fund going forward. 17 and 8 on it. Can he add? If he clutches this, he'll be hitting the 20 mark. And he still has time. He doesn't have to fully push behind this. The bomb is in an awkward position. If he had control of the bomb, maybe he could divide and conquer the remaining VP players. But they are going to be setting up a crossfire and just waiting for him to come out into the open. He had chances there onto Kickert, who did have a bit of a label with the spray, but still the damage is done, and they are going to take a 6th round.
So far, so good from Virtus.pro, but they lost a few too many right there. The money is not going to be that good if they were to lose this round, unless they don't invest fully into this one, which they actually won't. So they're managing the economy. I like that. Looking okay for them. Whereas for Cloud9, look at that buy. 5 SGs. Decent amount of utility. Some of it has already been spent on long, but when you have an SG and you have head armor, there's always a chance. It's a very strong buy coming out of Cloud9, and that's it. We didn't see it at all from Virtus.pro. The long control has been acquired for Cloud9. Short control as well. Not winning the duel here against Sanji. That's a good start for Virtus.pro. Still though, long has been given up, but we saw them retake fine before. Question is, can they do it again? They have plenty of utility should they give up this A-bomb site, so I wouldn't worry too much if I'm Virtus.pro fan right now.
2 smokes on the cross, they're going to be flashing out. James, though, goes out into the open first. He goes down, and JT with 2 entries. Make it 3. VP, they tried the aggression, but it was at the wrong time. As you said, they had so much utility to retake. And Buster now, caught in such an awkward position, is just aiming for maybe an exit frag at best.
I don't get it though. I don't get it. You'd think to yourself, that was the plan. Virtus.pro, we acquire, we give up long control, and then we take short control. That's Counter-Strike 101. That's how you play Counter-Strike on Dust 2. That's how you defend on Dust 2. Everyone at a somewhat respectable level knows that. And then you retake the A-bomb side, especially considering you're up 4 man against 5, or 5 man against 4. You have, as you said, plenty of utility. You have Molotovs in order to force them out of the bomb sites. I don't understand the thought process behind this move from Virtus.pro. I see, you know, sometimes it's great to be aggressive. You had an MP9, you send into that one, but you gave yourself an advantage by winning the duel on short, by knowing that all 4 players from Cloud9, they're stuck too long, they can't be anywhere else in the map, and then somehow you give up that control because you want to be aggressive at the exact wrong timing. It's like, it's disjointed right now, Vince. It's not Virtus.pro standards, let's put it that way.
There's a lot of head-scratching moments here, and the only gun they're going to have is that SG that Buster was able to save. Floppy tagged down, but long control again. At least to start things off, is looking like it may sway in favor of Cloud9. They are going to be stacking here with 4 players, but this is where the Molotovs are going to be drawing players out into the open and just polishing them out of round 19. James close angle with the P250. Maybe looking to try the same play he did last time with the MP9, but they're sitting back. They know exactly what's coming up against them. They're setting up for that anti-eco kind of push and re-engage. And although some pretty slick headshots have been landed from those USPs, it's against armor, so it basically does nothing. 13-6.
Yeah, and the small signs of life we saw from Virtus.pro, quickly it looks like a team that is falling apart once again. They need to step it up now, 13-6. This buy is not the strongest you're ever going to see on a CT side. There's a FAMAS in the mix. There's not a lot of utility. James has an AWP though. Again, we haven't seen impact coming out from him. He's at 12 frags, but I don't really feel that's been, you know, any frags that's given them rounds. It's more been saved, stuff like that. Once again, long control is acquired by Cloud9. Adrian is here to fight it. Gets the first frag, not able to connect the second one. Putting down MOTM to 9 HP though, so he did fine. Question is it enough? 3 guys right now towards this B-bomb site. Some more aggression coming in from Virtus.pro. Sonic is ready for it though. If he can capitalize from this. It seems like they're aware that he can be there. There we go. He goes down to Kickert. Finally we see something go the way of Virtus.pro. Now once again, we see Cloud9 moving up towards long. It has to be a retake now. You don't want to fight before the bomb goes down. There we go. James connecting the shot as well. Falling back. Beautiful. Looking good for Virtus.pro now.
It is 2-on-4. They will concede the bomb plant, so money is going to tick forward regardless of what happens. But it's about playing safe and steady and smart. Player was hopping up with the FAMAS. That's going to be Buster. And JT deals with him. There's no one here to counter that kill. That's a freebie. MOTM is still on 9 HP, still low. And now he is the last man standing, 18 and 10. He's going to be playing this one passively. There are no Molotovs or nades to deal with him right now, but Kickert, SG actually, not the M4, is up to the task. And VP will get the successful retake, and this is what we were hoping they were going to do a couple of rounds ago.
Exactly, and you see James have impact. The AWP comes into fruition. 2 kills, making sure this round was never in jeopardy for Virtus.pro. Good to see James finding his footing just a little bit, connecting his shots and positioning himself right. I think that's been the biggest thing about his game so far and his tournament so far. He's been forced into position he wasn't comfortable in. This time around, though, this is James style. You're just scoping in, you're waiting for them to run into your crosshair, and then you do not miss. He's one of the very best in the world at that skill. So good to see again Virtus.pro showing small signs of life, but you have to string it together. It has to be a period, it has to be consistent round after round, because you gifted Cloud9 13 rounds already. That's a lot of rounds. 3 more and they're out. Whereas for Virtus.pro, still 9 to go.
That's exactly it. There is such a small room for error. Now on VP, that's a good stack, and both Kickert and Sanji gonna dip in and take out a kill. Re-engage onto B. Not all 3 players strong. They've got an entry, though, in the form of Sonic. This is putting more pressure on Buster, but he has an extra player in the form of Kickert that has now helped him out and bolstered up this defense. Floppy with 2 more in the meanwhile, though. A 2-on-2 out of nowhere, and it happens so quick. There's still 55 seconds. They can rotate onto A site.
Floppy still with utility as well, a smoke, a Molotov, and a flash. I wouldn't necessarily burn it too soon. And that's a smart play from OC, catching off the rotation, making it a 2 versus 1. And I'm even sure there's a guy in the crowd who laughed at that as well. He liked that, so did I. And there we go, it's Buster in a 1 versus 2 to keep Virtus.pro alive. They lose this round. I'm ready and willing to call it as a game over.
A 3v5 has come down to this, and Cloud9 can't quite get across the finish line. Floppy spray not on point this time around, but an AWP plays the SG of Buster. Does have a HE and a smoke, and a decoy he can maybe fake flash with.
He's gonna make him second guess by waiting this long without showing himself too long. He's gonna make OC afraid that he could come in from catwalk. I like the play from Buster, but it's putting all the eggs in one basket.
OC, if he connects this shot, it's done! And it's overkill. The headshot with the AWP blasts away VP. A 14th round forthcoming for Cloud9.
A bit of a gamble from OC to play that position. Had he rotated towards catwalk, it would have been very tough for him to do anything with the AWP, but it worked out. Floppy with a nice double kill, catching him off guard, and here we are, 14-7. Tournament life on the line for Virtus.pro. They invested everything into this one, or almost actually. James didn't, for whatever reason. Kickert getting the first kill, not able to find the second one. Sonic with the trade frag. That's another story of this Cloud9 lineup. They always play together, always ready to get the trade frag, so that's good on them. Virtus.pro trying to be aggressive in towards tunnels as well, not working out this time around. MOTM getting the kill. It's falling apart, Vince. It's really falling apart. Why is James not forcing up together with the rest of his team? It's not like you're gonna win the entire game when you're down 15-7 with an AWP in the very last round of the game.
Gotta get that AWP, bro.
Nah.
Gotta pad them stats, right?
Nah.
Not a fan. Not a fan.
Jesus.
No, I'm right alongside with you. Surely you all go in together. You ride together or you die together. And VP...
Have you seen Fast and the Furious 2?
I actually have never seen it.
No?
Oh, that's a controversial statement. There you go.
Oh, pretty good movie.
VP on the brink of being 8 match points for Cloud9. MOTM, is he going to check the angle? No. Could be a kill. For James, he's waiting and biding his time, was hoping to see another couple of players. He at least is able to trade up to the SG and CZ, but the bomb is already going to A. So this is all irrelevant, really, in the grand scheme of how this round is going to go. MOTM is going to hold on anyway, pushing through the Molotov. How is he still alive? How does he survive that?
My God.
What?
Well, I don't know what to say anymore. I think we've seen Cloud9 completely outclass Virtus.pro in this game. There hasn't been a single point where you thought, all right, now's the time for Virtus.pro. Now they're cutting it close. They're making it competitive. They do a few things well, and then the next round they give it up again. So This is it, 15-7. Plenty of map points for Cloud9, putting on the aggression as well, taking catwalk fast. James with the AWP, he saved for it. Hope he has a plan with it, because certainly don't agree with that decision. Being forced away, not able to do anything either. Cloud9, I like this, right? 15-7, it's easy to think, now we're just going to rush B. We're going to rush long, we're going to pick up the pace. Let's finish the game. No, we're taking it slow, we're taking it steady, we're making sure we do this properly. We'll put in the knife hard and deep and make sure that Virtus.pro is not breathing anymore as soon as we're done with them. So I like this from Cloud9, showing some maturity as well as showing some experience that they may not even be qualified to have yet.
Also, slowing things down, forces VP to use their nade. Nothing left, and here comes the push, maybe the final charge. The final play of this match, the final play of VP's life in Leipzig. Sanji round the back though with the Desert Eagle. He is going to put in some confusion, but he's alone. A one-man army, and he's been dealt with accordingly. CZ and the AWP, Adren and James, plenty of experience between the two of them, plenty of skill on their day, and Adren does rip through the head of MOTM. His position now compromised. The firepower is so heavily in favor of Cloud9. No kits, no names to play with, but there is a headshot. James, in the meanwhile, though, takes the bullet just behind Adren, who is still trying to charge in, but VP have been eliminated in last position at Leipzig.
And they've been eliminated by Cloud9, who today showed exactly what we saw glimpses of yesterday. They lost to Renegades, but they showed glimpses of brilliance, and today they came out in full force, completely manhandling Virtus.pro. Not at a single point in this game, either on Overpass or Dust2 for that matter, did Virtus.pro get close, did Virtus.pro put on pressure on Cloud9. It was by far the best playing team on the server, by far the best playing players on the server as well, and they fully deserve this win.
Absolutely, take nothing away from Cloud9 at all. No matter how disappointing VP were, I think Cloud9 just made a declaration there. They said, look guys, we actually can win this whole thing.
Of course, and they made it tough for Virtus.pro, right? We saw them do some of the stuff well that we know them. We saw Adrian come to life. We saw Buster come to life a little bit. Even James had a few occasions with the AWP where it worked out, but Cloud9, they never took the foot off the gas pedal. They just went out there and they killed them. Simple as it is.
Yeah, I mean, they absolutely bulldozed over VP. So, I don't know, Des, can you break that down for us? Because I don't know what I just watched.
I have a question for Maniac, though. How's it going with that 100%
well, so far so good. I'm going with the same rhythm. No, yesterday felt great. I was thinking I'm going to go straight for this today, and I'm 100% again.
He wants that 0%. That's exactly what you want from this whole tournament. And you know what? We're going to give it to you,
I'm not a 0,
Maniac.
I had 1 yesterday. Don't take it.
Well, what an incredible performance from Cloud9. They're completely blue. My expectations at least out of the water. And of course, I love what the guys on the casters desk say there. It's not to, you know, talking about VP and the disappointment, but don't take anything away from Cloud9. They looked so good in that series.
Yeah, they were. I mean, there's always two sides to the story. We could either be very grumpy about VP, and trust me, I'm going to be, because I have some on my heart that needs to go out at some point. But you also need to respect Cloud9's performance. That was absolutely beautiful. It was decisive. They were aggressive. They were dictating the pace. The trades were beautiful. The utilities from Cloud9 were absolutely impressive. How many times have I seen a player being saved by a flash, by the perfect flash, allowing him to go for 1 or 2 kills all the time? Everything was just clicking like a Swiss watch. Everything was perfect from Cloud9. We haven't seen that yesterday, but today, whew, that was fast.
That synergy was fantastic to watch. I want to touch on VP a little bit more as well. And listen, I don't want to be too toxic towards VP. I do still believe that they have a nice thing going. It's just for some reason, it seems that they fall short whenever it matters. And I'm not sure in this match specifically if they just never had the spawn towards long A, but I never saw them actually challenging towards that long. And this resulted in Cloud9 feeling so comfortable. They never felt that pressure or presence towards long A. If you saw them, they were consistently stacked up towards that middle and catwalk, and VP never got anything going towards that area. I just think that if they were able to put a little bit more pressure towards long A, it would have made Cloud9 have to move around the map just a little bit more, but Cloud9 were just anchored up. They never had to question VP and what they were doing.
Yeah, I think there was a really interesting point there that I think Pimp made about, please, can you just rush somewhere? Just do something fast. It was almost echoed like really, really old Na'Vi vibes. It kind of felt like just doing stuff slowly, and then there was no time. We saw Jamie had to go and save, even though we had a pretty good opening onto a site, because there was 10 seconds left in the round. It was really frustrating. But Potter, I believe that you've got a replay to bring up in this match.
Yes, so I wanted to highlight and showcase just exactly the type of synergy that we saw coming out of Cloud9. This is specifically towards that B bomb site. You see OC, that second shot, that readjustment. But watching MOTM, the crossfire that they have set up towards this B, the concept is so simple, but these guys are very dedicated to each other. They have a lot of trust in each other. And I really like MOTM's reaction here. He's waiting for the reactions, he's waiting for the shots, the op shots, and he's reacting off of it, capitalizing off of VP perhaps being a little bit flustered because two of their mates just got taken down. And those kinds of proactive reaggressions coming out of Cloud9 is exactly what made them look so comfortable in this series win.
They did look incredibly comfortable. And we've got Floppy down here looking comfy on the chairs over here. Congratulations again on that incredible win. Is that kind of a weight off your shoulders considering your performance from yesterday?
Yeah, I'd say yesterday it was pretty rough because we're like really jet lagged. We literally like flew in the day before yesterday, and we got here like 9 p.m. or something. So I think jet lag, I don't want to blame all of that on jet lag, but yeah, we definitely played a little bit slow in the first half on T side.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk about that T side on Overpass. It was completely different Cloud9 today than what we saw yesterday. What did you kind of learn from yesterday's matchup, and what were you kind of focusing on coming into today?
I think yesterday what we were lacking a lot was our fundamentals, because Renegades, we could tell that they were anti-stratting us like really well because it just hard countered a lot of what we were doing. And so we just went back and looked at our basics and see what we were doing wrong. Voice crack, sorry, Twitch chat. And yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I kind of want to also talk a little bit about Dust 2 as well, because you seemed very prepared for anything that VP was throwing at you. Were you expecting the map veto to go that way? And if you weren't, was it something that you were kind of just bouncing off of?
Well, I don't know. I hate Dust 2 personally. That map sucks, but Overpass is pretty strong compared. Like Renegades, obviously that was just bad, but we're usually good on Overpass. And the third map was Vertigo, and I didn't really want to play that either, so I'm glad we could 2-0. And yeah, that was good map pool for us.
Very, very interesting. Des, I think you've got a few questions as well you want to ask Floppy.
Yes, Floppy, it's really clearly obvious that you guys are putting in a lot of work coming into these matches. I wanted to ask how your practices go. Are you guys focusing a lot more on just repetition and scrimming, or theory crafting outside of the server and dry running?
Well, I think we look at a lot of what other teams are doing, and we're using that to our advantage as well, because the meta just constantly changes, especially with the Krieg. That gun's just, that needs to be nerfed like instantly. I think that just like makes the game just stupid. But in terms of practice, yeah, we scrim a lot, and we do a lot of server time together, and overall, like more, when time goes on, we just get better and better.
First of all, well, congratulations on the game. On internet, before coming here, you had a very, very amazing period of time. Do you feel like you're going into the same area, the same zone now that you're on LAN? Are you finding your form?
Yeah, we beat G2 and North on LAN before, so I know we can bring that here. So.
Right, exactly. You looked so dominant online. We were kind of questioning what it would be coming onto LAN, and it's super exciting that we're going to get to see you live to fight another day. But you will be facing up against Renegades later today, a team that you faced yesterday and obviously lost out to. What is the game plan kind of going up against them this time around? What have you learned from this series?
I think we're just going to go ahead and play our game. It's kind of a meme on our team, but we're going to go ahead and play our game.
Well, very excited to see that. Indeed, you'll be seeing Cloud9 later today facing up against Renegades, but we'll be back with a second best of 3 after this.